A kind-hearted farmer. Once upon a time, in a village lived a farmer who was very kind and good-natured. His name was Shankar. He lived in a hut with his wife and children. He had a small piece of land and earned money by selling whatever crops he could produce on his land. Shankar was kind and used to help everyone. Everyone in village knew that any time, if needed, they can depend on him for help, and there seemed to be none who hated this man and was loved by all. But there was one person who hated him. He was Shankar's neighbor, Mintu. Mintu was lazy and did not put as much effort in cultivation as Shankar. And yet, he was jealous of Shankar's crop yield and his earning. Because Mintu didn't work hard, he had very less crop to sell compared to Shankar's crop yield. One year, Mintu could not longer contain his jealousy, and just days before harvest, he set Shankar's fire to crop at night. Shankar was sleeping at that time, but when alerted by other neighbors, he woke up and was able to save much of his crop from burning. When flames were doused, Shankar saw from where fire was started and could tell what happened, but he let the matter rest and decided to take action only if same thing happens again. Same year, Mintu was able to gain much more profit than Shankar and was happy. Shankar was sad that he couldn't make much money because of damage caused by fire. Few days later, Shankar was awakened by sound of lamentations and went out to check. He found people were gathered at Mintu's hut. Shankar rushed to see what happened. He found that Mintu's son had fallen ill and village doctor was unable to provide any medicine to cure his illness. Shankar knew what he had to do. He went outside, took his cycle and rode 10 miles and fetched a more experienced doctor who lived in that town. This doctor was able to guess disease properly and provided right cure for it. Within hours, Mintu's boy was better. Mintu went with doctor to take him back to his town. A day later, when Shankar went back to check on Mintu's son's health, seeing him, Mintu began to weep bitterly and confessed to his sins. Shankar told him that he already knew about it. Astonished, Mintu said, "You knew that I had set fire to your crops, and yet you went so far to fetch doctor for my son." Shankar replied, "I did what I knew was right. Could I do wrong just because you had done so?" Mintu stood up and embraced Shankar and cried. From that day, Mintu changed himself. He became a good and hard-working person like Shankar, and everyone was surprised. When others asked him how he changed so much, he only replied, "It was goodness and love of Shankar that transformed me." Moral of the story is, be good and helpful to others always. Your goodness will bring goodness in the world. Thank you.